Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this video is slightly different. It is not my usual prepping haul. After I showed you my bits that I buy to put away in the pantry, a lot of you just generally been wondering, especially if you are in a different country, what sort of average price is actually of the veg, because I don't really show you prices of the veg. I did show you some meat and obviously things that I buy for my prepper pantry, but I generally don't show you any vegetables. And at the same time, I had some questions, people asking what sort of average weekly cost for a family of 2 or 3 people in the United Kingdom. So generally I do have multiple freezers full of stuff, but generally I do pop into the supermarkets and have a look in the reduced section, and generally Asda seem to be one of the best ones. So this is kind of a little example of what we call a weekly shop. Although I have the repetitive bits of the meat here, however, as I said, because I do have multiple freezers, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be consuming all of that food in the same week. But nonetheless, this is kind of a general example. And in front of me, all I have in here, believe this or not, costed just over £46. I had to pop into the Lidl, Asda and Tesco's again for different reasons, but I always guys tell you that those shops are very close to me, so it's no problem whatsoever. So without further ado guys, let me proceed and go through the prices with you. So guys, I'm gonna start with Lidl. I popped into Lidl today because I picked up some gardening things, but I'll probably cover this in a different video. But let's go through the prices of vegetables. And unfortunately, like anything, vegetables are going through the roof, but exactly as predicted. So nonetheless, right, we're gonna start with the carrots. So we have 1 kilo of carrots is currently 69p. I picked up some sweet potatoes, or I think they're called yams in America. Funnily enough, actually, that says that they are from USA. 1 kilo of them is £1.19. But I'm going to be using some of them and try to grow my own this year, which I've been forgetting for the past 2 years and missing a boat. So nonetheless, £1.19 for kilo of those. Mushrooms, okay, they're currently on middle of Lidl deals, okay, and they are 69p for 4, which is a really good price. Generally, they're 99p or £1.19 in Tesco, so that's a really, really good price. So we have potatoes, a basic white potato. So we have here 2 kilos, and it is £1.35. Right, gonna go with leeks. So we've got 500 grams for £1.39. They are produce of UK, which is kind of a season now, so that's good. Right, beans. So we've got fine beans, or French beans I call them. Okay, this is from Senegal, okay, 200 grams, and it is 99p, which is kind of a okay price. I think they've been lingering around the price for a little while. Now we're going on to a cucumber. Cucumber, again, one of those things that have increased in price quite a lot. It doesn't actually tell me where it's from. There's no label on it, and strangely enough, it maybe it just came off. I don't know, because I would have to scan it. So they are 89p, and again, they've gone up a lot. You used to buy a cucumber for like 40 something pence a couple of years back, but now 89p, and I think Tesco's is actually even dearer. I think 99p in many cases. So there we are. Right, so tomatoes. I normally opt out if I go to Lidl to get them on the vine. Okay. Just prefer this, they just keep a little bit better anyway. So we've got here, so 5 of those tomatoes, and that was £1.74. Okay, because they're done by weight. So that's, I think it's a-okay. They taste still a bit plasticky, but it's better than the other stuff in pre-packages anyway. So right, again, I buy this because my little one likes to take strawberries to school. So we have here, okay, they are from, okay, it says they're from UK, Bramford. It's a bit early, but anyway, £2.99, and we have 400 grams. You can buy bigger packs for £4. The prices of strawberries gone up a lot. And whether you think in the summer they're generally cheaper, they're not. They seem to be, gone up in price quite a lot. I don't think they have much taste to them, being the fact is still spring, but nonetheless. Right, so that's that. Okay, yes, picked up bananas. You'd probably be aware there seem to be a shortage of bananas because the cargo ship got stuck before, so there is not seem to be a huge amount of bananas in certain places. So they didn't have any loose ones, so I had to go for a pre-packaged ones, a little ones there, 78p for a bunch of 5 little ones. All right, so that's to do with the vegetables in Lidl. Also, they have the Italian week, so I popped in there and I picked up some lovely giant fusilli Okay, even for the prepper pantry, something different is always good. I'll tell you, you just get bored of eating the same stuff. And you'd be surprised, even the shape of a pasta does make a difference to the sauce you use and the flavor. It's just one of those things. Anyway, not the cheapest. They were £1.39 for 500 grams, which I think is okay for something a little bit bespoke. And also they do a really nice olives, right? So this is £2.19 for one of those Italiano jars. This is 700 gram jar or 420 gram drained, right? They are the whole olives, so they still got pips in there. Again, when you look for those or Kalamata olives, they are so much better than the normal jar stuff. As a prepper, I generally do buy the tins or the small jars, pitted olives, but if you just like to enjoy your glass of wine or just whatever you guys drink and have a little bit of olive oil martini, they are so much nicer. And I think £2.19, to be frank, it's not that bad. Right, so Lidl meat. I picked up some steaks because all those chili, they're predicting us a mini heat wave, so it's going to be warm. I expect the barbecue to be going at a full swing. So steaks, meat, again, meat gone up in price a lot, as I'm sure you are aware. So myself, I'm not really a meat connoisseur, if you wish. So if I have a steak, I'll just go for like a basic kind of steak. I don't really find much difference apart from if you buy a really expensive tomahawk thing, that's amazing. But nonetheless, so I've got myself a 21-day matured beef steaks, all right? This is from Lidl. They do their basic versions, which are also really good, I find. Sometimes actually better than like some posh ones from Tesco's and far cheaper. So anyway, 454 grams for two of them. So they're kind of a decent sized steak. So they were £6.55. Okay, so it's £3, call it 25, 27 per steak, which, yeah, it is what it is. It's not bad for the meat, considering it's come from the supermarket. And that Mr. Daniel is, unfortunately, a steak connoisseur, and I do have to put my hand in the pocket and get him something a little bit nicer. And he says that, to him, the flavour is totally different. So anyway, so here we have 16-ounce thick-cut rump steak, okay, matured for 30 days, so a bit longer than that one. So it is quite a chunky monkey. It's more than an inch thick, and that was £6.39 for one. So there we are. So that'll go in the barbecue nicely, and yeah, really tasty. So, right, this is, oh no, Lidl as well, I forgot, I do apologise, is the pomelo, which is, if you never tried this, it's kind of like a massive grapefruit, but it's a bit more sweeter than a grapefruit, but still got a little tang, so it's very nice. Haven't had this for a long time, fancied it. £1.29, okay, so really good. Right, now, I popped into Asda to buy myself the milk. So, grams milk, right, and this is the only one I buy, unless I'm driving past where I can have my dispenser. And I sometimes buy the Tesco's Finest, which is also made by grams. It is the Beauvais free. It's gone up in price, not surprised. It is £1.50 for, no, sorry. Yeah, £1.50 for this one, £1.60 from Tesco's. This is the homogenized version, which works better for my homemade yogurts, which I show you how to make. Night and day difference in quality between that milk, homogenized, and the one that splits, unfortunately, when it comes to the yogurt. Nonetheless, so yeah, £1.50 for that. So then from Asda as well, I go through, and as I mentioned earlier, if you do have Asda nearby, first thing in the morning, ours seems to be do a reductions quite heavily. And sometimes the things that are used by date the following day. Unlike Tesco's, they reduce this by pretty much like 40-50%, where the Tesco only start with 10. So nonetheless, right, sausages, they're exceptional variety of products, which I showed you. I bought a lamb last week and something else, are just so much better than the average. So it's worthy if you find them on the deal to pick them up. So sausages, right, this is Cumberland sausages, so they've got additive bits like the onions, that kind of thing. They're still 85% sausage, sorry, 85% pork. Anyway, nonetheless, they were reduced from £4, I can make up the thing cut off, over £4 to £2.22 for 8 sausages, okay? And the Cumberland sausages are really lovely tasting sausages. So I've got 3 of them. As you can imagine, again, on the barbecue, they're nice, okay? They're not as good as 95%, and we're trying to avoid having a pre-processed meat, but to be fair, good sausage, decent sausage on a barbecue, you can't say no to that, all in moderation. Right, the same is applicable to the same here. I've got some lamb lamb steaks. Okay, they're like a patties mixed with like onion and other bits and bobs as well. Again, haven't had those for a while. They are pre-processed, like minced lamb with other vegetables, but nonetheless, okay, so grills in 22 minutes, perfect for barbecue, reduced to £2.13 for 2 of them, and it is a 300 grams. They will shrivel up, so you might end up consuming 2 to some people if it's, you know, if it's not enough. But nonetheless, £2.13 for 2 lamb steaks. I thought it was really, really good. And the last bit of the meat stuff, I bought 2 smoked gammon steaks. Again, it's smoked, trying to avoid it. We don't really do bacon that often for that reason, but occasionally it's a-okay. And I haven't had the smoked gammon in, oh my god, like probably a couple of years, if not longer. Nonetheless, right, they're thin pieces, so they're reduced from £4.60 to £2.61. So again, one of those will do for a person and share one with a little one, so that I don't think that was really that good of a price. So there we are. And that was that, I believe, in Asda. And then the last bit was Tesco's because, oh yes, I needed to buy ice cream. So ice cream is in there, so I haven't showed you that. But nonetheless, I forgot I needed to pick up some oranges. Okay, oranges, I found them reduced from £1.50 to 68p. And you have 5 of them. And I picked up a lettuce. My lettuce is struggling to grow this year. I know it's still early, really cold. So I do buy currently lettuce. They are now again 89 pence. It is crazy, but because of the spray and stuff we talked about, lettuce and the pesticides, I'm going for normally for the iceberg lettuce because it's a bit more enclosed. I appreciate they still grow in a similar environment, but the ones that got open leaves, I prefer not to. So I prefer to go for one of those. Obviously still got to go through the pesticide cleaner or just make sure you rinse it really properly. But nonetheless, 89 pence. You used to buy a head of lettuce for, I don't know, 29p, 36p. They used to be as cheap as anything, but nonetheless, the prices have gone up. So there we are. I believe I've covered everything. Yes, I've covered everything here. So hopefully, guys, this gives you a rough example. As I said to you, okay, this some of the bits food is processed. There's no two ways about it. But as I said, I have multiple freezers. The food will be alternated, and occasionally for fancy sausage on a nice weather, that's going to be that. The vegetables here and everything else is pretty much, I think, it's an average, is enough for the week for, you know, 2-3 people. Considering as well, generally, if I do my shops, if I see something else, obviously I will have this in the fridge already, some bits and bobs like other bits, tomatoes or things like that. So you always have stuff already going. So as an average, right, I don't think it's too bad considering, okay, this will technically, if we not taken into account like the breakfast, like cereals and stuff and the flour to make your own bread, that will give us a dinner, okay, more than enough for a week for a meal for 3 people. So there we are. So anyway, guys, I really hope you have found this helpful. Watch out for the video for the gardening bits and bobs that I've bought from a couple of places. Perfect timing to buy things right now. So as I said, because I'm so determined to really make a headway with my garden this year, I've bought some bits which are good value, which I said I'll cover on a different video. But otherwise, I do hope you have enjoyed this video. I know I'm going to be getting loads of comments from you guys abroad in America comparing the prices. So please, you're welcome to do so in the comments below. And otherwise, well, thank you for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.